Everybody, this is Dr. Deborah. I am your How to Love guru. I'll take that. All right, so I've been talking about things, a way of thinking, being, a belief system that you have to have in order to love somebody radically. And so today I want to talk about the concept, the idea, and let me just remind everybody again, all this stuff is rooted in family therapy practices and theory. All right, so not knowing is one of our stances. I'm calling them postures. Is one of our postures. And the reason why we take that stance, that belief system into our work with our clients is because we know that the client knows things that we don't know. And while we have been trained to work with people and talk to them about their problems and help them work through them, we still don't know everything, and we know that. So this is not counseling in the sense that, you go to some professional, wise, sage kind of person and they tell you what's best for you. We think you know what's best for you. So let me just speak for myself. I think you know what's best for you. So the best way I could help you get where you're trying to go is that I will take the position of not knowing. And what I used to tell my students, and I kind of, as I think about it, I was really tripping, ego tripping, that is. I will say to them, you know nothing. I don't know, I just love saying that, you know nothing. You know nothing. When you're talking to someone else, you don't know everything that's going on with them. They are not going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you what they want you to know. And so what your job is to just be there and listen. Now I can hear my sister and my daughter saying, but you interrupt us all the time and you say stuff and then it ain't even what we're thinking. My bad. My bad. And sometimes I do that with clients, but I am okay with backing up and saying, okay, all right, okay. Tell me exactly what you're saying. Let me hear what you're saying. Because I don't know. Sometimes I get excited thinking that I can finish the sentence or that I know where you're going, and I don't always know. So it's a practice. That's why we call it practice. So your thing now is to just remind yourself that you don't know. You don't know. The same thing could have happened to you that happened to them. Let's say I lost my mother when I was in my 20s, and you lost your mother, let's say on the same day, at the same time, in the same way. And your experience and my experience are still two different experiences. So even though you think you've been there, you were not me being there. Therefore, you don't know what I know. You don't know how I feel. You love your mother, I love my mother, but our parents was the same age. How about that? I don't care how similar the situations are, you don't know. That's why listening, just talk about that. That's why listening is so important. That's why it's important to just allow someone to share with you what's going on, and you sit there like you are from another country and you're learning a new culture, because you kind of are. Because individuals have cultures and families have cultures and traditions, and you have no way of knowing all of the things that are influencing me as I go through my loss. So you can sit there, again, listen, and just pretend like you have never heard anybody talk about losing their mom in your entire life. It is alien to you. And when it's alien to you, that means you have no choice but to listen as if you do not know. Does that make sense? I think it does. At least it does to me, and hopefully it does to you. So, not knowing means that just because you're from the same place, grew up in the same town, went to the same school, had the same teachers. You ever heard people say, oh, I love it when they say, he or she had the same parents we had, same upbringing we had, same this, same that, same that. You don't understand why your brother or your sister is doing the things that they're doing, because that's not what mom and dad taught them. That's what I'm talking about. Because you're not him or her, you have no idea how those same rules either went over their head or went in their hearts. You have no way of knowing that. That is why you just let people do what they do, and you try to listen and you try to be there and you ask a lot of questions because you don't know. And the more you don't know, the more you're able to learn and grasp. And that's your rule. Now imagine you're in a relationship with somebody and you love this person in whatever way you love them, romantically, familially, whatever way that is, friend, as a friend, you just love them. You're just so delighted just to be in a relationship with them. Okay? And they are going through something. And you've kind of watched them go through it. And you're trying to listen and you're trying to be there. And because you kind of know some of the things that happen, you might think you know more than what you actually do know. So the best thing for you to do in those situations is to say, okay, I'm from another country. I'm from another planet. So I'm going to pretend that I don't know any of this. And I'm going to listen and allow her or him to share with me. And as I listen, I'm going to remind myself that I don't know. And if I don't know, that means I can be available to them as they tell me what they know, because they know way more than I could possibly know about what has happened to them, and all I need to do is be there and allow them to educate me. And that's hard for many of us because, of course, especially if you think you kind of a sage, kind of a counselor, people have always come to you, and in my case, people come to me and they pay me to listen to them. That's has nothing to do with what you're telling me right now. And even if you think you know what I'm talking about, just listen, because I might just say something that you never would have considered. That's what not knowing means. Just to totally abandon, ignore what you think you know, and just allow the person to share with you what they know. All right, until next time, this has been Dr. Deborah. You know nothing.